Scorpio, welcome to January 2017 and Happy New Year. Your brain is in overdrive this first part of January. You may find yourself going back over thoughts, spinning your wheels, and not going anywhere. Let it go. The key for you is to go deeper, to trust your intuition. What is your intuition telling you? Don't focus on problems, focus on solutions. Now, Mercury is in that area of communication and thought processes and your style of speaking and listening, and he's retrograde till the 8th. And that's what's contributing to you going back over things and perhaps focusing on things that really don't matter and you really want to just let go. He goes direct on the 8th, which is good news. And then he's direct from January 8th until February 6th. This is a wide window of opportunity to begin new things. And it's a wonderful time to start a new project, start a new business, a new relationship, anything new that you want to launch or begin. January 8th through February 6th is the opportunity to do that. The full moon on the 12th is intense. Now, for you, it is in your sister sign, Cancer, which pours positive energy into your planets in Scorpio. The sun is in Capricorn. Capricorn sextiles Scorpio. Opportunity, harmonious energy flow. So for you, it's not as intense as it is for, say, the cardinal signs. However, it is being activated. The Pluto-Uranus is being activated by the full moon, making it a cardinal grand cross, which is incredibly disruptive. Uranus is direct, and he is opposing Jupiter, squaring the moon in Cancer, and squaring Pluto and the sun in Capricorn. This is really intense. And so there's going to be a lot of power struggles going on. And for you, it's in the area of conscious awareness. Capricorn rules your conscious awareness. Cancer rules your super consciousness, higher consciousness. So there can be this struggle continuing with you from the Mercury retrograde into the Cancer full moon on the 12th, because it's in the area of the mind and communication and thought processes and higher thoughts and lower conscious awareness. And so, and Jupiter is squaring it with the Uranus, making it a grand square or a grand cardinal cross, keeping the Uranus and Pluto going until 2020, when the faster moving planets move like this. They keep this Uranus and Pluto ongoing. And so you don't want to get caught up in this energy. My gosh, it can feel like an overload to your nervous system. You know, Mercury rules the spinal column and the nervous system, and you can feel like you're just, you know, had too much coffee and you're just rattled. And, you know, so you know, be aware that you want to take good care of yourself, because I see this full moon as a real troublemaker and bringing out the bully and those that like to bully and creating a lot of right fighting. I'm right, you're wrong, and continuing the divisiveness that we're seeing in the world right now. And so it's going to be a very challenging moon. And Uranus is over there being the disruptor, and it can make you impatient and impulsive. And Pluto can be bringing out the shadow, which is manipulation, hidden agendas, power plays, power struggles, jealousy, guilt, shame, all of the negatives. And so we really want to stay out of that. And the way to do that is with the Jupiter in Libra, who's sextile in Saturn, and Saturn is trining Uranus. So the way out is through Saturn, which is being focused and intentional and disciplined, and harmonizing with Jupiter, which is behind the scenes for you. So for you, it is about stepping back, not getting pulled into the drama, not exhausting yourself by trying to win fights or win arguments, or just spinning in there with the wheels, spinning, but not going anywhere, and just overthinking things, over-processing, right? It would be better for you to just read a book, watch a movie, not think at all, than to use this to keep regurgitating things that aren't really helping you or making you feel better or making you feel good. So be aware that you want to focus on what you love and value. Focus on what truly matters to you. Take time for yourself. Meditate. Go out into nature. Get away from the drama. Get away from the negative news. In fact, don't watch it at all. Research has shown 10 minutes of negative news can depress you for 24 hours. Oh, it's not worth it. And so don't focus on problems, focus on solutions. Avoid surface thinking. This is not the month to be on the surface. This is the month for you to be the Scorpio and dive deep. Go deep into yourself. Go deep into your thoughts. Go deep into your intuition. Be very intuitive. Work that intuitive muscle. And then that way you're staying out of the fray. So use the intuition. Listen. Even with the mind rattling on, it doesn't have to be, it doesn't mean just because you're thinking about things that you're thinking about anything that's valid or helps you. If you're going deeper and you're listening to the Word of God, listening to your higher self, listening to your inner being, you're going to hear the truth. You're going to hear wisdom. And that's what it's all about, right? Because that Cancer full moon is in that area of the superconscious mind, your truth, your wisdom, what you believe, expansion of consciousness. And even though Pluto and Uranus are fighting here, that doesn't mean you can't harness the power of this Cardinal Grand Cross to create what you want. And I talked a lot about the powerful manifestational energy that's going on now with the Jupiter and Uranus and the Saturn, so you can instantly manifest now. That's why it's so important to be focused on what matters, what's true, and not being up here on the superficial surface, just getting bumped around by, what others are saying, what others are doing, or even just the monkey, I call it the monkey mind, where the mind just spins, gotta go shopping, gotta get gas, gotta go to the bank, gotta do this, blah, 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 the monkey mind, it just jumps around from things to things, but it's not really contributing anything useful. You want to be the powerful Scorpio, the eagle who rises above karma. The eagle soars above all the houses. He rises above the collective consciousness. He rises above the karma. So be the eagle and soar higher. Be the phoenix and rise from the ashes of the past and recreate yourself, which is great. And focus on what is valuable to you. Those are your treasures. What do you find valuable? For me, it's always about inspiring people, uplifting people, empowering people. Give them great content, giving you great content. That to me is what it's about. How I do it is my process, is the method I use, and the effect I want to have, which is to give you the knowledge and insight and good energy so that you are in your own good energy, working for you, doing what's right for you, and cutting through these booby traps that this energy can have for us out there. We can step right in it. It's going to be a minefield at that Cancer full moon. Now, the most intense part of it is 3 days before the full moon, on the full moon, and 3 days after. Once we get past that, things will start to really calm down. And it's you know, it's in an area for you that's very harmonious and positive. However, I think it can really have you jumping around with that monkey mind and, you know, find yourself just, you know, overthinking things, thinking about things that don't matter. And that's where you really want to focus your intention and be the true Scorpio and go deep, or be that eagle and soar higher and stay above the karma and be the conscious observer of yourself. Be your own conscious observer of your own life, right? Where you can watch yourself and go, look at me waste time on that, you know? Or I can choose to do something that's fun, that I want to do, that's fun for me. Yeah! And that's where you want to be, is you want to be going after those treasures, which is insight and wisdom and truth. Remember, Scorpio rules emotional truth. What is your truth? The Cancer full moon is in that area for you, of your truth. What is true for you? Follow your truth. And you will find that the treasures are there for you. And the freedom. Because what comes when we follow our own North Star is freedom. Even freedom from the own monkey mind that likes to spin in this energy. Especially with Uranus in there, you know, just firing everything up. And so watch out for any kind of rash decisions or actions you may be making, especially in the area of work. You know, don't get caught up in, you know, power struggles at work or with siblings, relatives. Be aware that people are going to be stirred up at this time and they're going to want to fight. But it takes two. So if you're nowhere to be found, because you're too busy soaring, flying around, doing your own thing, then they'll have to find someone else now, won't they? Yeah! And the Aquarius new moon is on the 27th. And right after the new moon, 1 hour after the new moon, Mars, your traditional ruler, enters Aries. And that can give you creative solutions to pressing problems. And that's good news. Now, the Aquarius new moon's got its own story going on, but it's nowhere near as challenging as the Cardinal Grand Cross is at the Cancer full moon. It is at the midpoint between Saturn and Sagittarius, and Venus, who's in Pisces, is coupled with Chiron. So for you, you know, it is about being very aware of what you're doing in your relationships and, you know, your own, nourishing and nurturing your own inner power, your own inner being, your inner home. Aquarius rules the home, the inner home, the outer home. Your soul power, pulling up that personal power, pulling up your soul power, and staying very focused on what is my treasures, what do I love and value, what truly matters to me, how am I doing relationships, or how am I expressing myself? Am I expressing myself in the best possible way? The Aquarius new moon is all about being powerfully self-aware of what's driving you. And for you, it is about recognizing what makes you feel safe and secure. What is making you feel good? What makes you feel good? What makes you feel secure? What makes you feel safe? And that's where you want to go. You want to go in that direction. Where are you giving your power away? We can give our power away, and this is very strong at the Cancer full moon too, by believing in people and institutions that don't deserve your loyalty. And that's why there's so much happening in the world right now, because our institutions have failed us, the governments have failed us, and Uranus in Aries is all about the power of the individual, and you're going to see this even bigger in 2017, where the rights of the individual are going to take the lead, and the institutions are going to have to catch up to the individuals. And so for you, you want to be looking at what it is you need to feel safe and secure, and what is working for you. And if you're giving your power to a relationship or an institution that isn't serving you, this is the time to take your power back, right? Pluto rules power, and Pluto is in that area of communication, and it's time for you to speak your truth and speak truth to power and own your power and love you more than the need for a certain person or situation or whatever it is that is not being loyal to you or serving you. Then it's time to look at that as well. Another thing too is the North Node is in Virgo. And the North Node is the direction in life you are to go in. I am to go in. We are all to move in the direction of the North Node. The South Node is where we are to travel no more. The South Node is in Pisces. So we're not to lose ourselves in illusions and delusions and addictions. We are to purify in Virgo. Virgo rules selfless service. Virgo rules, on the highest level of Virgo, it rules purification, purity, pure thoughts, pure deeds, pure actions, purity. And with the North Node in Virgo, the universe is saying we all need to clean it up. And we need to clean up our thoughts. We need to clean up our motivations. We need to clean up our behavior. And this is really strong in December and January with this North Node in Virgo. Is what's driving you? Is your motivation for this situation or this person or this money or whatever you're going for, what is your motivation, and is it pure? How pure is it? Is it for your highest good? Is it for the highest good of all concerned? And so this is the time to purify. And purify at that Cancer full moon. Purify in December. Purify in January. Purify your thoughts. Purify your behavior. Purify your actions. Purify your motivations. Because the reward is so great. Because you can manifest instantly now. With the Saturn, Uranus, Jupiter, this powerful manifestational magical energy is here. And you can manifest anything with this energy. And that's why you want to be careful what you're wishing for, because if the motives aren't pure, then what shows up, right? If you're, wishing for your Venus or your knight in shining armor and Frankenstein shows up, there's something wrong with what you're wishing for, or your motivation, or your purification. And so you want to be, that's an exaggeration, but you know what I mean, is that you really want to be looking at what's driving you, what's motivating you, and what you want. Is it for your highest good? And will it help the planet? Will it help others? If it does, then you're in alignment with the will of God, which is the highest level of Pluto. Pluto represents divine will. And when we're doing divine will, the will of God, unstoppable. But when we're in our ego will, right, I'm right, I'm the bully, then we're not pure. And the backlash comes. And so you are the magician, and you are a very powerful sign, and you have the ability to manifest what you want. And so be aware of what's driving you and what's motivating you, especially here in January, because you will get it, but you just want to make sure that it is what you want. And it's exactly what you want. So make sure you're clear with what you want, and you're purifying your thoughts, your actions, your words, so that you are in your highest vibration, and therefore you attract high vibrational good stuff to you. Prosperity, love, joy, happiness, and that's what it's all about. So for those of you open for love, it's on. Venus is in that area of true love and romance. Mars is there for most of the month until he jumps in into Aries on the 27th. And Neptune is there, but that is that, you got to be careful too, because, if you idealize someone, they're always going to fall off the pedestal, If you put anyone up there too high, we're going to let you down. And so be aware of that. Although, it is a very spiritual energy having Neptune in this area, which can be, a very spiritual love that you're attracting. You could attract your soulmate. You could attract your twin flame. You could attract someone that you have a deep spiritual connection to. And that is beautiful as long as you keep it, grounded where you see the whole person and who they are and not who you want them to be. No projecting onto them, which is very difficult to do when we have feelings for someone. But it's on, so for those of you open for love, it's very activated here in January. For those of you coupled, don't spin in the problems. Don't spin in the small stuff. Ask yourself, will this matter to me in a year from now? Will this matter to me in 5 years? If the answer is no, it doesn't matter. And, another thing too is the Chinese Lunar New Year is on the 28th of January. Starts on the 28th. And it's the year of the rooster. So we are going to see a lot of folks out there strutting their stuff, right? And I think that's interesting how that starts right as Mars enters Aries and the Aquarius new moon. So it is important to be powerfully self-aware of what's motivating you, because we're going to see a lot of folks out there working to rule the roost. And financially, it's very good right now because Jupiter is in harmony with Saturn and Uranus is in harmony with Saturn. And if you're doing what's right for you and you're on your right path, you could be increasing your income, even with Saturn there, in that area of personal income. You can increase your income. You can make more money, and you can attract greater wealth. It's important to really focus on, what you love and value, what truly matters to you, because that is also the area of values. I'm not seeing a big focus in the work and the career. It really is about spirituality and personal foundation in January for you. Next month, it's going to be a really big eclipse for you in the area of career in February. The Leo eclipse is going to happen for you, and that's going to open doors big time. But you do have that wide window of opportunity from January 8th to February 6th to launch anything new that you've been working on. You don't have to wait till February. You can launch in January, right after Mercury goes direct. And that can catapult you as well. So it's really up to you and what you're focusing on. If you're focusing on what matters and you're going deep and you're listening to your intuition, you're just going to ride the wave. I'm not seeing challenges to the health. How is your health? Are you taking good care of you? We can drain ourselves or exhaust ourselves spinning our wheels, right? And so that's another reason why you don't want to do it. You're better off watching movies or reading books and doing nothing than just spinning and focusing on things that don't matter. So let it go. Let it go. Let it all go and soar higher. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, and Google Plusing my videos. Scorpio, you're rocking awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock. And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your astrology, it's very easy. The link is below in the Show More section, or it's up there in the cards. I'm also holding a very powerful manifestation event in January. I would love to see you there. And until next time, Scorpio, go deeper into your intuition. It holds all the answers for you.